What's up, cooks? It's Wednesday. Today I thought we would have a little chat about Thanksgiving preparation. I have a lot of stuff going on in the kitchen and I need to get ready for the big events that we have coming up. Also, I got a new little toy, so we're going to take a look at that. And we're going to be doing, announcing the giveaway for the cookbook, the cookbooks. So, cooks, welcome to the Amy Learns to Cook kitchen. So part of my holiday and Thanksgiving preparation is I'm really trying to get my pantry together. We moved into this house. I think I've talked about this before. And I set up a basic system, but I think some things have gone haywire. I need to clean out some things, and I really need to get that done before the holidays. So one of the things I'm having done over in that corner, we actually have those horrible corner cabinets down below, right? The ones that you open the door, the door is like on two sides like this, and you open it up and there's a cabinet in there and there's things that get lost way in the back. So we're having Lazy Susan put in there. It's on order. Our cabinet person is going to be installing it. That's part one, right, of getting everything ready for the holidays. Part two is moving on to the pantry. Well, that is pantry because I'm going to be moving some things from here into that Lazy Susan. My oils, my vinegars, all that are going to go down there. And I think some bowls that I use all the time, I need to get over there. Part two is dealing with my flowers. So a while back, we did a video on basically the dog pound, right? We've been calling it the dog pound ever since because we got these Vittle vaults, and I buy bread flour and AP flour, King Arthur, by the 50-pound sack, right? So I bought a 50-pound sack.
And we're getting a little already.
Yeah, and we put them in these Vittle vaults that are technically dog food vaults or pet food vaults, but they are food safe. They're actually just food containers. They're NSF food safe containers. Well, I don't know NSF, but they're food safe containers.
Whatever, BP, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. And so that's my bulk sort of storage. I'm not a prepper by any means. I'm building a cook's pantry. So I do have big bags of AP and bread because I use a lot of those. But I don't like stack 50-pound sacks of that kind of thing. I also...
And that's the other problem. For your little specialty ones, they don't make mini vittles.
Yeah. So I have a lot of different specialty flours because I'm working through making different kinds of bread. So I have my AP and my bread, but I also we have some Amish stores around here, and they carry all kinds of different flours. And so I have a lot of specialty flours. These are not things that I need big Cambros for. I basically buy 5 pounds with them at a time. So I don't need, the 6-quart Cambro things. Those are too big for me because those are like 10 pounds. So I needed something because they came in like the little Amish store bags, and I needed something to store them. So I figured I went on Amazon and I bought these. So right now in here I have buckwheat flour. This is white lily self-rising flour. This is dark rye. This here is King Arthur high gluten. That'll give you nice chewy for bagels. This is spelt. These two are two different kind of cake flour, but these are high ratio cake flour. So I do use like King Arthur unbleached cake flour, but when I want something really soft and tender, you got to use bleach because bleach bleaches out all the hard stuff, right? You get really soft results. So these are high ratio cake. This is American Beauty high ratio, and this is Purest Snow high ratio. This one here is high gluten. This is another high gluten. So This is just sort of the start of it, right? One of the problems I found, so these are not like lock and lock. These are like generic.
So do we have a little drama here?
Yeah. So I bought like 8 of these, right? And the very first thing I noticed when I came back after, so I washed all of them, I put the flowers in there, and the first thing I noticed...
And we didn't use a dishwasher, we hand washed.
No, hand wash, because they said no dishwasher. One of the things I noticed is they're not really like that right now because I pushed on them. But when I came down the next morning, there were so many that were like popped like this. This is how they should be, but they were like this. They popped. Some of them pop really easy. Like here's one here. This one's popped. And I didn't pop it, right? They pop like so easy and they unpop themselves. And I don't want that with my flour. This one's popped here too. Isn't that nice, right? Mm-hmm. This is just bad. Mm-hmm. So I need to find a new solution. My sad flour saga, huh? So I need to take a sip of my apple cider. So I posed a question in my Facebook group because I kind of wanted some suggestions. I do have some of those Cambros. I've been using those as my side thing for AP and bread, and I have my sugar in there. A lot of people suggested those. People suggested lock and locks, of course. I saw something at Walmart of all places, and I was a little skeptical, but the reviews on them are really amazing. And so, a friend of mine who's in the group posted a picture of her pantry, and she has a bunch of them, my friend Anita. So I have them labeled with my label maker. She suggested these ones from Walmart. I saw the reviews and my initial thought was, I wanted to check those out. Well, I ordered some on my Walmart order and they're pretty neat. So I ordered some more. So let me go grab them and you can see how they look. So this is what I got. I got the Better Homes and Gardens flip tight containers. These hold 23.5 cups. If anybody's used these, let me know how you like them. They look pretty good and they have really good reviews. So what's interesting about these is this has this handle here. You just flip the handle out and the lid comes off and you put it back and you go like this and it seals it. I think one drawback is that this handle, you can't be confused to say, oh, I'm going to use this to lift the thing, because that's what...
You're going to drop it?
Yeah, no, so you don't do that. So you have to carry it like this. These should hold 5 pounds of flour. So far I've gotten 8 of these. I am going to put my high gluten flour, I think, into a Cambro because I have 2 of these that are high gluten, so I need a bigger one. I think I'm going to put that in a Cambro. I think I'll tend to have more high gluten flour than I do like a lot of other kinds of flours. So I think I'm going to do that. I got this one container set that has a few smaller ones in because I need something. I'm hiding behind the box. I need something to hold like my cornstarch, because I buy like a big thing of cornstarch from Costco or whatever, Sam's Club, and I wanted one for cornstarch. So here is that. Maybe I'll put that in this one. So this is like a little baby size. And that's the, just like that. These are kind of cool. I kind of like them. And I wanted one to put like cream of wheat in, because sometimes I buy that from the Amish store and it comes in one of those bags, like bulk. So I figured I'd use one for that.
Oh.
They stack really cool. I kind of want one for, like, I don't want to get containers for, like, all my kind of pastas. That's ridiculous. I just leave them in the bags that they come in. But I think there's, like, a common pasta that I want one of these for, like macaroni. And this is a larger one. Look at that. They're kind of expensive to say, oh, I'm going to buy one of these and have one for like 10 different kind of pasta. So it's a little too expensive. What do you guys think about these? So the new pantry will have these for the specialty flours. And I don't know what I'm going to do with these because unfortunately I threw away the box. So I can't even really return them because they're kind of defective. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I could use them up in like my office and down in the new studio kitchen.
Maybe good for storage, just not food storage.
Yeah, so Eric could use them out in his shed for like, I don't know, whatever he wants to use them. Whatever, I'll end up using them somewhere. So that is what's going on in the pantry. So I'm going to be moving all the flours to this. Ultimately, I need to take everything out of the pantry. So our pantry is like 4 spaces. It's this closet. There's a double closet over there. And there was what used to be a laundry room because we have a second laundry room upstairs and we don't use this. So that is filled with racks. So what I need to do is rack by rack, take everything out, take the racks out. I have the Seville Classic stainless rack so I can just spray them off with a hose, bring them back in, and then reorganize, right? That's the state of the pantry. My goal is to have this done because I am taking Thanksgiving week off. So I want it done before that. So I got to get busy. Okay, so this is the toy that I got. I actually got this a couple weeks ago. But I haven't messed with it. Actually, maybe a week ago. This is the greenpan 6-quart Elite Essential Electric Skillet. So I have like this weird thing for electric skillets. I don't know why.
Are they like mixers?
I don't know where it came from. I mean, I know where the mixer obsession came from, but I don't really know where the electric skillet obsession came from. Smart Essential Skillet. So this has like ceramic. This is your controls. And so you can stir fry, sauce, simmer, steam, rice, grain, soup, sear, saute. Here is what it looks like. You guys might have seen this around because it's been around, not for a long time. Ooh, this is a steamer. And I've been like, ooh, I want that. And I didn't get it. But I finally said one day that I work like a dog, so I'm getting it.
Can we get a rice paddle with it?
I hope not. I have a few of those. Oh, this is interesting. I kind of like the look of it, so that's why. Whoa! That almost came out of mind of its own. So this is what it looks like. And this is what the spoon that comes with it looks like. This has a very strange lean to it.
It has an angle to it. It's like your toothbrush. Seriously.
So this is the greenpan electric skillet. This thing is kind of cool looking. Have you guys seen this one?
I guess there's no mystery about what color it is.
I got the cream. This looks like it's the pan. Has like these little feeder on here. And it probably goes in this way.
It looks like it plugs into something. It's got little prongs on it.
Ah. And it has a lid. Whoa. And it has a steamer. Steam a whole bunch of broccoli. Like that. This is pretty cool. I like it. I don't know what this is. Oh, this is the cord.
Might be helpful. It's electric, right?
So we're going to cook something in this.
Oh.
And see how it works. This is the greenpan electric skillet. So what's up, cooks? It's Wednesday. Thank you for joining me. Oh, wait. There's something else I'm missing, right? The winners of the cookbook giveaway. That's what we're all waiting for, right? So I found a copy of the Martha Stewart Entertaining book. I love this book. I love Martha. I'm like Martha Jr., right? She was one of my first inspirations. I saw her using a white KitchenAid stand mixer, and I bought one exactly the same as her. And that's what started my stand mixer obsession. So this came from a local library book sale. It is a used book, and it is going to be sent to somebody who left a comment on the last What's Up Wednesday, right? So I put everybody who said that they wanted to get on the Martha Stewart giveaway, I put their names in a randomizer, and we have a winner. So the person that is getting this copy of Martha Stewart Entertaining is Lorianne 8522. Congratulations, Lorianne. You're getting this Martha Stewart Entertaining. So the second book was Romans 20. This is a very interesting book. It's a very techniques-driven book. There's also a lot of recipes, but you will learn a lot with this book. This is Romans 20 by Michael Ruhlman. This is a James Beard Award-winning book. It is a used book. It does have a little bit of damage right here, but that's what makes it fun, right? It has a battle wound. The winner of Romans 20 is Dippity Doo 441. Yay! So congratulations, Dippity Doo and Lorianne. These are your books. Please send me your mailing address. I'll be sending them out, media mail. Send it through your Gmail YouTube account so I know that I'm sending it to the right person, and I will get these books off to you. Congratulations. I hope you find inspiration in them. We'll do some cookbook giveaways in the future when I run into books in the wild that I really like. Congratulations. What's Up Wednesday? Have a great one, cooks.